Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? Back at it again. Whew. A lot of good, juicy things going on. A lot. So the topic today is traditional men are unmarriageable to modern women. And it's a whole fact. Like my boy OG Do Dirty say, that's a whole fact. Right? And why are traditional men unmarriageable to modern women? Because traditional men, they want the woman to be in a traditional role also, which is a conflict of interest, conflict of ideas. So these two would never, ever work out together. Even if they were to try it, she would leave him. Traditional men are very, I would say, delusional. Traditional men are very they're not really paying attention to what's going on in the earth, right? They're not really giving their best effort of how do I find a compatible girlfriend. They just think in their minds that, they want to have low body count. They want to have two-parent household. They want her all these traditional things of old when we're living in 2025. This is 2025. That is over with, dead and gone. And so when they meet, a lot of these women, they're unmarriageable. And we're gonna play some videos, of course. Welcome in to the channel. So we're gonna play some videos showing that and proving my point. Traditional men are unmarriageable to modern women. Modern women don't want these guys. They don't. Right? Because they are used to, or they want to have a free life. They want to feel free. They want freedom. They feel it's free to be them. And this comes with them not doing traditional things, right? Women don't want to have to explain themselves or why they stayed out late. They don't. Women don't want to have to deal with all the drama of why you didn't listen to me. Women want to be free. They want to feel free in everything they do. And this is why a lot of women are getting rid of their husbands, getting rid of their men, and saying, fuck this. I'm going to find my way because I don't want to be with a man who's not like me. And so I'm going to play this video, and we're going to see what they say.
Nothing. There is nothing more attractive than when a man truly puts you in your feminine energy. I'm talking about a man who literally takes the lead while still incorporating your feedback. I'm talking about a man who literally has that provider mindset and mentality.
The only way for a woman to tap into her femininity is when a man is a provider and a protector, when she feels safe and she feels like he's doing and she feels like he's giving. That's the only.
Now, remember that key part, giving.
Time she can remove her cape, remove her boss lady, and remove her powerful cape and leave everything outside and just come home to a man and be a little girl. But sadly, that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, hold up, baby. Hold up. Because why it doesn't happen no more? Why it doesn't happen no more? Is a lot of traditional men are, so traditional. They don't want them to get lashes. They don't want to get the weaves. Don't need to get your hair and nails done every weak. They don't need to go out and do a girls trips, right? They want to take that all from you. They just want you home, barefoot, and pregnant. And that's traditional. Those days are over.
Oh, a real man don't sit here and watch his woman pay for nothing. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
As a single woman in her 30s, I've observed that men are so quick to say that women no longer want to be submissive towards men. They're only hyper independent and they don't ever want a man to lead them. Now, let me tell you why that might be, okay? So, men, listen up. This one is for you. We would follow you if you knew where you were going. Y'all want to lead so badly, but you have no plan, no vision, no emotional regulation, and a 2K addiction. It's not that I have a problem with submission. I most certainly would submit to a man who I trusted to lead me. But in order for me to submit, you have to provide me with security, protection. I'm not just going to get into a car and drive with someone who is.
So what's that security? Provide her with security, a secure future, which would most likely be financially the bag.
Operating the vehicle with a blindfold on. Learn to lead, and women will be far more inclined to follow you. Lead me in conversation. Lead me in conflict resolution, not just to the bedroom and then back to chaos. Submission is a response to good leadership. I'm talking communication, consistency, effort, safety, not just good vibes and a deep voice. Women who are independent don't mind being soft. I would love to walk in my femininity. I would love to be soft, but I need a reason to exhale first. That is something that you earn after you have displayed that you are capable of doing the job. It's not something that you just get off the rip. You want a woman to be submissive towards you? Perfect. Learn to lead first.
If a woman needs a man in order for her to tap into her feminine energy, whatever that means, then she's obviously not feminine at all. True feminine women are truly feminine regardless of what a man does or doesn't do.
True that.
Modern women use manipulation tactics. They shame men into being gentlemen, to paying for dates and catering to their needs. They do this by saying, "You're not a real man if you don't do those things." But the real question you need to ask yourself is she a real woman?
The answer is hell no.
It's not a man's job to convince a woman to become submissive through a list of criteria that she wants ticked off from him. A woman is either submissive to you in a relationship or she isn't. If she isn't, find a woman who is. Don't bother with a woman who doesn't naturally respect you.
Facts.
But let's talk about that. I mean, do you really want a woman to submit to you? Is that really the best situation? I don't know if that's the best situation. I don't know. I don't know if having a woman submit to you is what you truly want. Because what does a woman submitting to you look like? Let's visit that. What does that look like? A woman submitting to you. That means, right? It isn't that she's doing what you say or think, you can run her life, but it's more so she wants to come in and understand that she doesn't have to pay no bills, that she doesn't have, that you're going to listen to her, which I think this falls in the line of emotional intelligence, right? She's gonna need you to be great in bed. Sex is gonna have to be extremely good. She can never be wrong. Let's see what else. And she can not, once again, you cannot see other women. You cannot dibber and dabble with other women beside her. That is what submission looks like. Not her listening to you and following let's say you have a vision for the house or vision for the family, and you say, well, this is what we're going to do, and get your shit, pack it. We're finna do this. Go over there, do that. I need you to do this, but this is what we're going to do. And now she's going to think you misogynistic. Then she's gonna complain like, do I have a voice? So if women are saying they want voices in the relationship, right? How is she submitting? Right? She's not submitting to you. She's submitting to her feelings. She's submitting to her emotions. She's submitting to her rights. She's submitting to her empowered or her empowerment. That's what she's submitting to. That's what submission looks like. Is that what you want? Because it ain't no sit down and shut up. That ain't happening. Is she not going to get lashes? Is she not going to get a BBL if you tell her, hey, you can't get no BBL? Is she going to listen to you? I don't think so. Now let's listen to this lady here talking about women shouldn't marry, under 25, guys under 25. Right? She's going to break down to us, what this is about this. Why a woman under 25 shouldn't get married. And then we're going to see how her ideology views, right? We're going to see.
I don't know. I think if you're a certain age, like under 25, you don't know yourself. You haven't done self-work. And most people, at least in my generation who married young, are divorced.
What does that mean? You don't know yourself. By the age of 20, listen, these are the standards of life. Knowing the difference between right and wrong, right? You know that, the things you do to be respectful to people, and you know what not to do to be disrespectful, right? You know how to be a lady. You learn all this by the time you're 15, 16, right? But the age of consent for your consent is 18. So you already know how to be a lady. You know how to hold a conversation. You know how to articulate. You know that you have big dreams or small dreams. You know what you want.
Anybody who I know that married straight out of high school, they are not with that man now. And I don't know if it's the generation. Like, I don't know. So I think it is a little dangerous to do it too young. That's not a pass to go be a hoe. I'm just saying, like, it is a little dangerous as far as mindsets. Like, at least wait till after college. Like, you learned yourself a little bit. You're out of the house. You're paying your own bills. You're paying rent. You know what life tastes like.
I love how y'all just skimmed over my question. What benefits do men and women get out of marriage today?
I'm gonna let you know right now the benefit that men that get a good wife, their days are doubled. So that's one of the benefits. No, they're serious. No, they're serious. They're serious. I used to work at a few nursing homes, and all the times that I would see the men and the women that were married together, and they would be in that nursing home, and the man would die, that woman would die right after. The man would live like 90 something years old, in the 80s, 90s range. Some of them will be 100 years old, still live and kicking. And I'm telling you right now, those people would love them. They would love each other, and they stayed with each other because they loved each other so long and enjoyed their lives together, which prolonged their lives. The ones that's single, they go way sooner than that. They don't even reach that far.
Let me reframe the question then. What benefit do I get from a woman when I'm married versus a relationship? Because we're getting the same thing.
Kids from married couples are more successful, and then couples are more wealthier when they're married together. That's correct. Remember.
Is that for black under the black?
Why are we talking about blacks only?
Exactly. We're talking about a collective.
You just excluding all the other panelists, Bob. And this
I disagree. When you're married, if it's a one-pot rule, I agree. I 100% agree that you're wealthier. And both of y'all working and making excellent money, yeah, I agree. But that's the minority, right? Let's be honest. Most women aren't paying the bills or even helping paying the bills. Maybe the little small bills, but they're not really. Most women are living, his money is our money. Her money is her money. That's what most women are doing. Women do not like to share the money, so marriage does not benefit. It's not beneficial to anyone who's trying to acquire wealth, because 98% of women that you're going to meet and bring into your house is a bill. She's an added expense. Women are added expense. You automatically say, okay, this much money is going to be gone now. So if you're spending $12,000 a year just on yourself, you bring a woman there, make that about $25,000 a year now. Because before you get married, you got to pay for all the other stuff. Then the ring, then the marriage. Then now you start, right? Lifestyle, house, car notes, right? And most men are carrying this weight. Now, there are a few instances where women are just paying maybe their car note. Okay, there are probably a few women paying their car notes, but very few women are paying mortgages who live with a man. This is very rare. And what she's talking about is insane to me. Now, is marriage more beneficial if you want to raise a family, or at least have a chance to have one family? Yeah, it's marriage is more beneficial in that term, but when it comes to acquiring wealth and money, where marriage does not make you wealthier. Because if you got a girl, she's a bill, and you have kids, they become bills. Think about it. Get married, she's a bill. Even before you get married, you always a lot of money in. And then after you get married, she's a big bill. She's still gonna want you to take her to dinner. When you get married, the dating don't stop. They're like, oh, when you get married, now we're just gonna sit around the house all day and look at each other. She's still gonna want to go on trips. She's still gonna want the same. Listen, the women are gonna want the same thing in a marriage as in when you're dating. So she's still gonna want all those things. So the money you were spending when you're dating is gonna fall in line when you guys are, get married. It's going to be the same bat station, same bat channel.
Hey, her name is Hannah. Oh, the thing is that her name is Hannah.
Oh, I can't see her name.
Wait,
Dialing.
Well, Q, can't you do those things without marriage?
I hate that.
Okay, Rob. Why y'all? So y'all want to bring in a broken home, kids into a broken home? Is that what y'all saying? Y'all saying it's better to not be married?
Answer that question.
A woman makes a home.
I mean, I'm talking too much. I mean, let's get it going.
A good woman
Y'all
makes
being
a home.
quiet. Let's go.
Black mothers.
Rob is 100% right.
Can you shut the fuck up?
But men ultimately have the choice on who they're gonna marry. They get on with.
No, go ahead, Hannah. Go. She's on a delay, y'all. Go ahead, Hannah.
I said men are ultimately the ones who get on their knee and propose. So you're proposing to the woman. Is she good or not? That's on you.
Exactly.
Most men don't want to get married if for real. So if they're doing it, I feel like they really like the woman.
Yeah, but do they want marriage, or are they going to be marriage material, or instead of just wanting marriage?
Oh, that's a good question, Rob.
Talk about the man.
I mean, good. You can make an argument for both, but the topic right now had the woman on there. So is she ready for to be a wife?
That is a good question.
Being married.
She probably said yes because she was caught off guard.
Yeah, because men get rejected just like women, get rejected or whatever. Men get on their knees and they'll be told no.
No, that's not true.
Women ain't get rejected for saying.
I can't.
I'm just gonna say the crazy, the diabolical.
Hear all y'all.
The diabolical part is y'all will say, "Wait, don't get married early," but these kids are having babies early. Mm-hmm. So I don't see the difference. If they can have these babies early, then they should be getting married early.
Exactly. There you go, Miss Nick.
But ain't nobody will condemn. Maybe a few of us, but I'm saying generally nobody condemning that. But we quick to tell them, don't wait to get married. Don't get married yet. No. But I hear all people. I want a baby. Pregnant. You throwing dead mothers, all type of stuff. So I'm.
Well, the conversation should be about marriage.
Well, Mike, let her finish, y'all. We can let her finish.
Yeah, let her.
No, I mean that's just crazy to me. That's diabolical.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely agree.
Doesn't mean to give you a pass to be a hoe. Like waiting is just so you find yourself and find a good man. Like
that's not what's happening, Hannah. That's not what's happening right now.
Women not being.
Find a good man, right? Or find someone who wants you like you want them is lack of better terms. See, we as people who are dating, when you're out here looking for someone to be compatible with, to potentially build with, it's not about, I'm looking for a good woman, right? It's about who can I get along with? Because she might be a good woman, but she might not be good for me. She might not be good for my personality or my ambitions. I might need a woman like this, not like that. So it is a lot more complicated when you're out here looking for your person. It ain't just, I'm looking for a good woman, no, it's all about, are we compatible? Are we a good match? Are we a good fit? That's what it comes down to. I'm sorry, there ain't no other way around it. You cannot, you cannot make everything like by the book, black and white. I'm just looking for a good woman. I'm looking for a good man. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't.
Being abstinent. They not being
right now. I'm arguing with people about buying junk food on their food stamps.
Yeah, kids are actually having kids. So if we could say, don't get married
at 18 and 19, girls are getting pregnant at 14. So it's like, so you're grown enough to have a child, but you're not developed enough to get married. And it's like, a child is a lifetime thing just as much as marriage should be. So why not get married?
But they made a
Yeah.
their mental is mature though.
But that's the point. The point of the purpose of.
But let me say this. Let me make this clear. Let's talk about maturity. There are people who are 35 plus act like they're 15. So age is nothing but a number. Mental, on how one carry oneself, on how one is towards people, is all about your personality of who you are. And that doesn't come with time. That's who you are. But how you act when you're 15, I've seen people act the same way when they're 40, 50. Right? I see people always have attitudes. See, this is one thing that we have to understand, right? When we're talking about maturity. Nobody likes to lose. Everybody has a feeling that they need to be right. And then come arguments. Then come disagreements. And no matter what age these people are, a lot of them are poor losers. A lot of them can't let it go. See, being in a relationship is all about also forgiveness. It takes a lot of forgiveness to sustain a long, healthy relationship. Let's be clear. A long, healthy relationship, it's a lot of forgiveness. There's a lot of compromise. There's a lot of give and takes. So all this maturity doesn't mean nothing, because when people get emotional, sometimes the anger takes over, frustration, sadness, depression. All these things sometimes take hold of you, and you lash out in a way that may be not healthy.
Being with a man by the time you get out of high school. You need to know what kind of man you will need. Not every woman needs the same kind of man. There's different men with different attributes. You need to know, how do you be a wife for this man? This is not being taught. It's not being taught in home ec anymore. We're not being taught how to cook. We're not being taught.
You can't be taught how to love the one you love. You can't be taught how to be respectful to the one you want to spend the rest of your life with. You can't be taught on how to, be, a team player, right? You can't be taught on how to be a good listener. See, everything comes down to value, ladies and gentlemen. If you value your person, you will adapt to that person, and you will do whatever it takes to make sure that y'all two are in sync with each other. But these things ain't taught. It's natural. When you love someone, you don't treat them bad. When you care for someone, you care about the way they think, the way they feel. And when you respect someone, you always take an account of what is it to do, what can we do to make this non-hostile situation. All these things can't be taught. This is just natural. You get it. So age, when you're 18 to 50, if you got a bad attitude and you got a bad attitude, you got a bad attitude. But you find someone who can deal with your bad attitude, then you guys push for it. Because he or she loves you enough to deal with that.
That, but you're still not learning anything. Through experiences, you're still stumbling and fumbling through life. So the best idea would be to just, if you want to be a wife, you go ahead and you learn how to do that. Actively learn how to do that. Be under some kind of elder that's going to teach you those type of attributes at a younger age, because it's easier to digest at a younger age than it is when you get older. By the time you hit 25 and you go over that, sweetheart, you already set in your own ways as a woman. You're not trying to hear none of that stuff.
And parented wrong. That's what we're really digging down to.
It's not even just about being parented wrong. It's just as the whole community. Our villages are all jacked up. We don't even have proper communities because our parents not even always there 100% of the time. A lot of the times these parents, they're either separated or they doing their own thing, or they're working together and they both had jobs 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And so we barely even get to see our parents, you know what I mean? So it's like, who are we getting these these ideas from? Who else has our ear? You know what I mean? And we just need to be more proactive. That's it.
We removed Big Mama a long time ago. No more.
Yeah,
we don't even have Big Mama community no more.
That
just go back to my point. What I said earlier. Why don't y'all saying all these nice stuff like we should do this, we should do that. Y'all need to hold each other accountable, especially with women with kids, so they can influence theirs. Like, how are we going to have a certain community when we don't even have Big Mama in the house no more? We got grandmothers that are 39, which is insane in the community.
Exactly.
That's why we are pioneers. All of us are really pioneers. We're not the ones that have to keep complaining about the generations before us. We're that new generation that has to change something. And if we don't change it, then it's not going to get changed. We're the ones that have to kickstart it. We have to implement these changes. And we got to get you a wife, because you need to be married, sir. You gonna need to get you a nice woman.
I don't want to get married. I don't want to
drop the comment.
I don't believe marriage is absolute. Marriage ain't for everybody. Let's be even. Let's keep it 100. Relationships ain't for everybody. That's why everybody keeps breaking up with everybody, keep leaving. It's like a, you know what I mean? Just like circle. Everybody's breaking up, leaving, breaking up, leaving, breaking up. Sometimes they're getting back, going back with the same person, trying to get, then break up again. Now that's just a filter of toxicity. Listen, dealing with one person for an immeasurable amount of time, I'm saying that word right, a measurable amount of time, is very difficult. It takes a lot. And all parties involved, right, they seem to can't get it right. Us men, we pay the money. Then once we feel like we can't get the control, we shut down. Right? We shut down. We're like, you know what, I'm just going to do this, do that, shut down, be here for the kids. We shut down. We stop trying. Women, right? They get emotional. They want to be heard. So then they do their part. They try to, try to fill out, make you help their feelings, and they try to get more out of the situation. And then they just seem to shut down as well. So we are failing at this task of just getting along. How is it so hard for two people who say they love each other not to get along?
Hold on now. We about to get on him. We about to get on him.
We need to
drop y'all numbers, ladies.
And I'm a full-time parent too.
Shout out to you, big.
Amen to
Shout out
that.
to all the parents on the panel. Okay.
All right now.
We talk about the one side of things. The women don't know how to be wives. They don't know, etc., etc. But do men know how to pick wives?
No.
Right? They'll
No.
rather have sex than get all the other wifey duties and not wife up women and have babies and not take it to the next step. Now,
Where this is where Q is wrong at. When a man, girlfriends, boyfriends a woman, she's always has potential to be his wife. But what women don't understand, what Q doesn't understand is they don't think that we pay attention. And they don't think that they're being judged worthy to be a wife or not. So they're acting themselves. We're looking at them. Big sample size, let's say 6 months to a year, even 2 years, right? Some more. And through that time period, the man we are assessing whether you are marriage material. We're not just having sex. We're with you and we're spending money and you spend time with you. We're taking careful considerations. When men date women for a long extended period of time, you have potential. She has potential to be his wife. He's evaluating her and she doesn't know this. She thinks that, he just doing. No. If all men want to do just have sex, we could just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, off to next. We don't have to sit there and listen to your day. We don't want to have to care about what you like to do, all the things you like to do. No. If we're sitting there listening to you run your mouth, and we're having conversations, and then we're going on trips, dinner dates, we're going on, family gatherings. That because we see you potentially as a potential wife. But if a man does not wife you, most likely you failed miserably. He said, no. And he gave you, and especially if it was a 3-4 year relationship, he gave you chance after chance. He's giving you a lot of chances to, because the object of when a man is looking for the woman, he's not necessarily looking for her to be perfect, but he's looking to see if we can grow into being compatible, being able to be efficient enough to get things done without over arguing or under reciprocating. That's what we look for. Simple. We want a little bit of reciprocation, and we don't want a whole bunch of arguing. All right, once in a while, okay. Every 6 months, that's a win. But every day, every hour, it's pretty much a wrap. And once again, we're going to give you a chance to bring it back down. We're going to give a chance to put yourself, in good graces by coming and being for it. But it seemed like the women keep going back, reverting back to, I'm a boss bitch, and I do what I want to do. So if a man does not marry you after 2 years, pretty much, it has everything to do with you.
Majority of men ain't fucking like that. Let's be real. Majority of men, the average man is not fucking. We have to like let's just keep it funky.
Different
Like,
than marriage, though.
majority of men in the country are subscribed to OnlyFans, which is insane, bro. Like we have to jump through hurdles and ropes and jump ropes and do all this just to even for the chance to get some but this. But it's like excuse my friend.
So I think a lot of women are giving up easy. I don't.
Yeah, but
no, they're not. No, they're not.
A lot of women are giving it up to the same type of the same frame. The Futures, the Chris Browns, all the ones that got multiple baby mamas. Those is the ones that little frame that they like to fit. They're not going after these nerds. They're not going after these blue collar men. They're not going after these men that like to game. They're like, oh my God, no, absolutely not. Like, they're not doing that. Y'all keep it in that little box.
Yeah,
y'all keep it in the box.
Ain't the same as who we marry.
She tried to say.
Right, facts, Rob. Say it again,
What
Rob.
do you say? Y'all, we gotta do one mic because it washes some of y'all out.
Who we willing to bust down is not the same ones we willing to take home to moms.
Oh, so y'all,
You didn't know that,
y'all okay? So y'all will bust down the side chicks and other chicks, get them pregnant by accident, but not actually look for wives. And get
We don't
distracted.
make women get
Sometimes that's the
pregnant.
case,
Women make
unfortunately.
themselves get pregnant.
No, that's not how science
Oh.
works.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We can break it down. Y'all want to.
By herself.
No, well, I ain't gonna say by herself, but at the end of it all, it's women that get pregnant.
So you don't control
Their body, their choice.
You don't control your nut.
No, I have no control. I have no control over a woman getting pregnant.
No, look, because women.
Tell me how I got some control over a woman getting pregnant.
You weren't wearing a condom. Were you wearing a condom when you got pregnant?
First of all, I have to have consent. I have to have consent from that woman to have sex for her. First of all, number two, if you're a woman and you're not responsible enough to make sure that man has a condom, then it's your fault.
So were you
to have
unprotected
sex? Because if you're not having unprotected sex, you're not being responsible.
Black, wait, so
and birth control. Well, hold on, and birth control too.
Let him get off.
It's like 7 steps.
Black,
we got like 22 versions.
Hold on, y'all. One mic. Black, were you wearing a condom?
What this got to do with me?
I
need you to stay on topic, Q. I need you to stay on topic.
You said she got herself pregnant, and last time,
because I'm gonna lay it out for you.
Don't lay it all the way out.
So let's hypothetically say me and you together, and you get pregnant, and you don't want the child, but I want to keep the child. Is there anything I can do to prevent you from getting rid of the child?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
But back to my question, Black, did you wear a condom
to have the child? See, this is my thing.
Wait, Brittany, he's trying to deflect.
I'm not deflecting. That's facts. What have I said? What have I said is a false. It's false.
Okay, I just want my question answered. Did you wear a condom? Yes or no?
Yeah, I did.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. Why I gotta lie for? Why I gotta lie for? Y'all don't even know the backstory. Y'all don't even know the backstory.
A hole in the condom?
No, you're lying.
Why y'all see? No, you're deflecting, Q, from the general conversation.
Your question.
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Let's get the backstory.
The conversation is who gets who pregnant.
Okay, tell us the backstory.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my personal on the internet. Be respectful. Be respectful.
Did she take your semen out the trash and insert it in her?
Say what?
You know.
Did she turkey based?
Did she turkey base it?
I plead the fifth.
This is just, okay.
I plead the fifth. I'm not gonna put my personal on the internet like that. Y'all deflecting by doing that because I asked a very direct question. I said, "What? How do a man make a woman get pregnant?"
And that's what I was gonna say.
it's called insemination. When you ejaculate inside of a woman, what you're trying to speak to is who controls the duration of pregnancy. That's what you're talking about. But when you drop your
steps to get pregnant.
I mean, a woman got to consent.
No, but it's not.
It's pick a random woman off the street and be like, yeah, we finna do it right now. No, I have to go through her hoops and hurdles to even get her to have sex with her.
No, but you're right.
It's what to do to make sure that they treat their body like a temple. So why would you complain that, oh man, I had to get just a piece of pussy? Because that's what we're complaining now, that we don't have women that treat their bodies with enough respect to say, no, brother, you got to put a ring on it first, and then here you come complaining. I got to do all of this just to get a little.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm not arguing that point. Women should do that, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to the laws, I have no control over her having a child or not.
No, you're
that's fucked up.
But Black, regarding the laws, you're right. Regarding the laws, it's on
and that's
women.
what we got to go by. That's what we got to live off of, the law. Because if you break the law, you're going to jail.
At the end of the day, men, you know how the laws are. We know it's in favor of women. If you don't choose to get a woman pregnant, if you don't want her to be a woman of your child,
don't have sex with her.
Don't have sex with her raw.
I feel like the way that women get a chance to prove,
But what about
myself on this one? But this is how my brain works. I think that it's kind of ironic that women get say so over if we keep the child or not, even if the man says that they don't want the child, and they stand on that and they say, well, it's my baby, my body, my choice. Cool. But then when the man doesn't want to be present, he gets penalized for that. I think the guy not wanting to be present for that child is his way of saying, my body, my choice, and I choose not to be around. But we still
and that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That should be fair.
I'm gonna be fair about it.
Let Brittany finish.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna be fair, because there's always steps to have.
So if that woman has that child, listen. If a woman gets pregnant by me, and she comes to me and says, hey, baby, I'm pregnant. Are you with me having this child? And I'll tell her, I don't want you to have the child. And she doesn't do what it takes to make this happen. And she tries to force it. Then most likely she's going to have to raise it by herself. And that's just reality. If women want the power of my body, my choice, right? And you want to exclude the man from the equation of say so, then if the guy disagrees with the pregnancy and you go forward with it, you now are stepping up to accept full responsibility, and you should not go after him. Simple. You should not go after him. You should say, okay, you know what? He's right. He doesn't have to, because now if we reverse the situation, if he says, well, baby, I want to have the kid, and you say, no, I don't want to have the kid, right? You're going to go and get rid of it. You've been relieved of all responsibility. So I'm going to end the show. Thank you for coming. Until next time.